It's time to turn your life-challenging moments into life-changing messages. Welcome to the Power Lift Stories podcast, where we are interviewing women whose stories will leave you lifted up, fired up, and fueled up with hope, courage, and inspiration. We want to thank our sponsor, Powerful Journey, who helps women tell their stories, write their books, and building a profitable brand around both. Join the masterclass or the Speakers Academy at phyllisjenkins.com. That is PhyllisJenkins.com. Now here's your host, Phyllis Jenkins.
Hello, Phyllis Jenkins here, and I just finished an amazing interview with our guest today. Super excited, and you are going to enjoy her as well. Wanted to let you know we're making a few changes here. We are taking our title, the name, from the Power Lift Stories to the Powerful Journey podcast. So many people know the Powerful Journey organization, and so we are going to just transition and keep with our interviews, but we are changing the name to the Powerful Journey podcast. And we have a few other changes that are coming that we're super excited about as well. Want to make sure that you've already subscribed, that you've hit the notification button so you don't miss any of our podcast or any of our announcements or anything that's coming forward. Also, if you haven't already subscribed for our newsletter, which comes out weekly, then go to phyllisjenkins.com. That's my website, and sign up for the newsletter. A lot of great things are happening there as well. So again, let's get ready to take you inside of our interview for today with our guest, Nadine Mullings. Enjoy. Welcome back, and we are super excited today to have another wonderful guest by the name of Nadine Mullings. Nadine, welcome to our podcast today.
Thank you so much for the invitation, Phyllis. I'm excited to be here and share with your audience.
Well, let's get right into it. Nadine, would you introduce yourself to the audience, please?
Yeah, definitely. So I am Nadine Mullings. I'm the owner, CEO of Nadine Mullings Marketing Agency, and also the founder of the Women Faith Plus Business community. And what we do at the agency is we help women of faith in business who may be struggling to market their business. Marketing is such a huge part of your business and what you do to create awareness and attract new clients. And a lot of people struggle in that area. So in the agency, we help people to do three specific things. Number one, be strategic. Number one, be specific. Number two, rather, be specific. And number three is to be spirit-led. As women of faith in business, we have been gifted with the Holy Spirit. So what does that look like to be spirit-led when it comes to your marketing? So that's what we do in the agency. It is my love, is my joy. It is what I embrace doing and how I serve in the marketplace. I'm also the founder of the Women Faith Plus Business community because I really felt there was a need for a community for women of faith who are in business. You know, our struggle is different when we're trying to do things God's way instead of the world's way. And how we build and grow and sustain our business is different. So I wanted to create a community where like-minded individuals felt comfortable and safe to talk about God in business, to talk about Holy Spirit, to use the Jesus Christ name on our platforms.
Yes.
So I have the Women Faith Plus Business community, which is a Facebook group and also a podcast.
Absolutely love that. And we will share with you how you can connect and become a part of what Nadine is doing at the end of our time today. But for now, Nadine, what I'd like for you to do is, if you were to give your life challenging story a title, what would that title be and why?
Yeah, so that's a really interesting question. I've never been asked to title my life story, so I really have to think through that. But the word that keeps coming up in the spirit is adventure, like a
Mm,
God-designed adventure. I feel that God is a God of adventure. We see a lot of times in the Bible, the stories of the people in the Bible. God created a lot of adventure in this story, and there was a lot of
mhm.
trusting and leaning God on God throughout that journey. So the title I would give my life challenging story is really just a God designed adventure.
Okay, God designed adventures. So would you share some of your adventures that God has taken you on with us?
Yeah, so the biggest God designed adventure was taking a leap of faith back in 2012 to start my own business. So when I was a child, when you're kids and you play imaginary games, sometimes you play teacher, you play doctor, you're imagining that you're this person. I was playing businesswoman. Like I had no idea what that even meant, but I wanted to run my own business. I guess I just wanted to boss people around at that age, and I felt that's what owning a business was. So I really had in my spirit at that young age of business ownership and entrepreneurship. But I took on the traditional path, kind of like the path that a lot of us are encouraged to take, get an education. I went to university, got my degree, worked in corporate America for 15 years. So I was on that traditional path. But in about 2009, 2010, when the economy wasn't that great here in the United States, the position that I had at the financial institution I was working for was eliminated. And in that elimination of the position, they gave me two options, right? They gave me the option of going to a different department, which was the mortgage department instead of the marketing department for half the salary. So I would make half the money, be in the mortgage department, but had the potential of making commission to get me back up to the level of marketing, or take a severance package and be on my way. So I prayed about it and I said, Lord, I feel like this is a leap of faith. This is my opportunity to really start going on the path that I had as a young child to start my own business. That desire to be that business owner that was planted in me at such a young age. I feel like this is where you're telling me to take that leap of faith and go ahead and take this severance money and take it as seed money to start my business. So in 2012, I started my marketing agency, and it has been an adventure. It has been a journey, an adventure full of ups and downs, but most importantly, trusting God in the process, right?
Amen.
It really is faith adventure. I feel a business ownership and entrepreneurial journey is really a faith journey. It's the same thing. When you're not getting a paycheck every 2 weeks and you're trusting God to be the source for your finances, it really is a faith journey. So I would say the biggest adventure God has taken me on is taking this leap of faith to start my own business and really relying on Him through the process.
Absolutely love that. And congratulations to you for
Thank you.
being true to who you were meant to be. And
Yeah.
I just want to talk to the woman today that's watching, and deep down inside, even back to childhood, as Nadine said, that God called you to be an entrepreneur, and you have been fighting it. You're holding on to security, that job. And just
Yes.
as Nadine just shared how God provided a way out for her, well, the same thing happened to me, Nadine.
Yes.
He provided a way out for me as well, and mine wasn't as easy as yours was. But
Right.
I just want to say to the person who is watching today, you have that burning desire to step out and do what God has created you to do. You feel that burning desire every single day, yet you seem to be hesitating to go toward it. You just heard Nadine's story, and how God is providing and opening more and more opportunities. He will do the same for you. So let's just say you are watching today, not by coincidence, but for a reason. So take what you're hearing from Nadine and learn from her lessons, and allow that to propel you to move forward to what God has created and called you to do. So Nadine, let's look at what God has called you to do, how you're helping women to market their businesses, and oh my goodness, how great is that, and how needed is that. And I know that you have the 3 pillars in your system. Would you share about that briefly, please, ma'am?
Sure, definitely. As I mentioned, when I first started my marketing agency, it's been a journey. Like originally, I thought it was just about helping people to market their business, right? And using my education from, my degree in marketing and also my experience through working in corporate America and combining those two to help people with their marketing effort. But as the journey continued, God revealed to me that it's more about combining faith and business, really showing people how faith actually combines with business and being open and honest on my platform about how my faith is a huge part of my journey, right? And in that process, he really highlighted 3 key areas that women of faith and people in general struggle with when it comes to their marketing and how I can offer a solution in the marketplace. And the first one is strategy, right? The Bible talks about write the vision and make it plain. But when I survey a lot of my audience, 90% of people do not have a written marketing plan. So they have a desire to market and promote and reach the masses with their God-given message, but they have no plan on how they're going to do that, right? So the first pillar is strategy. Having a strategy of how you're going to be consistent in the marketplace. Consistency is key, and also being clear on what your messaging is. So having that strategy, a written plan with a schedule, a content calendar, all that great stuff is really key, I feel, into being successful in marketing, is that strategy piece. The second pillar really is about being specific. So I believe that God has called us all to specific groups of people. We can look at examples in the Bible. Peter was called to the Jews. Paul was called to the Gentiles. Jesus always says, I'm called to the lost sheep of Israel. So they always defined who they were called to so they can attract those individuals, and they knew the issues of those individuals so they can provide solutions for those individuals. So I really help people be specific. So the second pillar is, who has God called you to serve in this season? Let's be really clear about that by being specific in your messaging, in your planning, everything like that. And then the third pillar, which is probably one of my favorite, is spirit-led, right? A lot of times I find, especially in the space of marketing, people feel that they have to be coach-led or expert-led or guru-led or the latest and greatest marketing tactic or strategy. But what I found is God has already placed your success inside of you. It's in your spirit. It's already been planted in there. So I really help my clients to be spirit-led. What does it look like to lead with the spirit? What is God telling you? How are you aligning with God's will for your business and God's way for marketing your business by being spirit-led? And it's different and unique for everyone, because God talks to everyone uniquely and differently, and everyone has a different call. So it's going to look different. So those are the key pillars that I help clients with, or that we help clients with in the marketing agency: being strategic, being specific, and being spirit-led.
Love that. And very key to being successful, each of those. So I am just taking notes as you are talking, and I know that our audience are enjoying what they're hearing as well. And those of you who are in business will definitely want to connect with Nadine so that she can help take it to the next level through her marketing experiences and services that she offers. And we'll give you the information in a minute. But right now, Nadine, you've just stood on stage in front of a sea of women. As far as you can see, there are nothing but women there. And you just shared your life-changing story, your message, your 3 pillars of strategic and specific and being spirit-led. And you've seen women leaning in because they are connecting with you. You've seen women nodding their head. You've seen women just taking notes because you are giving them the value, the content that they so very much need. When you finished, they stood to their feet. They gave you a standing ovation. But now those women have turned and walked away to go to their vehicles. The curtains close. Nadine turns to walk to your vehicle. What are 3 things, 3 lessons learned, 3 key facts that you hope every woman walks away with?
Yeah, definitely. First of all, I love how you make it so vivid, like how you see the picture, you see the people, you see the vision. That is beautiful to plant that in my imagination and step into that vision. So I would say the key things that I would want them to walk away with. Number one is trusting in God's plan.
Yes.
Scripture tells us that he has a plan from us. Jeremiah 29:11, one of my favorite scriptures, that he has a plan for us. And that plan is for good, right? It's for a future. It's to prosper us. It's all good things. So you have to trust in that. You have to truly trust that God has an amazing plan for your life and for your business. So I would want them to walk away with the trusting in God's plan. Second thing I'd want them to walk away with is knowing that they have to trust the process, right? The process is hard to trust, to be honest, because a lot of times it's not like what we thought it would look like or be what we thought it would be, right? But we have to realize there's a whole process. When I think about process, I think about David in the Bible and how he was anointed to be king, but how long did it take him to get there? And what was the process that he had to go through, right?
Yes.
So you have to trust that there is a God-given process that helps build up your skill set, helps build up your character, helps build up everything that you need to get to that promised land that God has for you, whatever that is in your particular journey. If it's not a business, whatever that promised land is for you. So trust the plan, trust the process, trust God's timing. Oh my gosh, this one's hard for me, but God has a perfect timing, and the way that he has it set up is in his perfect timing. We want things so quickly, especially in the world that we live in now. It's like a microwave society. It's like you want 2 minutes and the whole meal is done, right? But God is building up so many things in us in that process that we have to trust the timing, So I would say that they walk away with trusting God's perfect timing would be the top 3 things that I would say that I would want them to walk away with when it comes to this adventure. Trust God's plan, trust his process, and trust his perfect timing.
Wonderful. Love that. And I have experienced each of those myself, so I know how important that is. Nadine, I think you have a book out as well, correct? Let's talk about the book, and then let's tell our audience how they can connect with you and how they can get the book as well.
Yeah, definitely. It actually just launched. So we launched
Yay!
Yay. Launching a book is like birthing a baby, right? And I'll tell the quick backstory of this book. This book was actually 3 years in the making. It's a collaborative book project, but it changed publishers, it changed project lead, it even changed co-authors, and it changed titles, right? So it was perseverance that allowed this book to now be birthed into the marketplace. And the title of the book is She Thinks Like a CEO. And it really is about helping women leaders to embrace technology and the key things in technology that helps her to be more effective and efficient in her business and to think like a CEO. So I'm excited for, the impact that the book's going to make on the world and the resource that it's going to provide people with. She Thinks Like a CEO. And you can actually go on, where should I direct you? Amazon. It's on Amazon right now in the ebook version. The paperback version is coming out in a couple of weeks, so that's not out yet. But definitely, if you go on Amazon and type in She Thinks Like a CEO, you will see the book pop up and you can purchase and support us as a collaborative book project that just launched. So that would be the most recent book that I had come out.
I'm so excited about that. She
you.
thinks like a CEO. Absolutely. Love, love, love that. And how can we connect with you?
Yeah, I would say the best way to connect with me would be on my website, NadineMullings.com. So it is my name, Nadine, and then Mullings is Mullings. A lot of people forget the G. So that's how you would connect to me. And I'm also on social media, LinkedIn. You can always reach out to me and do requests on LinkedIn. Let me know that you listen to the podcast. I'd love to connect with you and know that we connected through this avenue. So reach out to me and just put a note that you listen to me on the podcast. And then I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. So you can connect with me on those social media networks, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram, as well as my website.
Nadine Mullings, thank you so much for being with us today, sharing your story, sharing what God has done for you, what he's doing through you. And we continue to pray God's blessings upon you, and that he will continue to give just more opportunities. And this is just the first book. I look to see many more coming from you. Again, we at The Powerful Journey welcome you and thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining us today. If you are interested in being on the show, go to phyllisjenkins.com. You can also sign up for the Powerful Journey Masterclass or the Speakers Academy at phyllisjenkins.com.